Rade, thank you very much for taking the time. We are here at Hammer's Gym in the Netherlands, and I have to ask you, why are we at Hammer's Gym?
Yeah, well, after my fight, I took some rest, and I wanted to change something, or to put it, let's say, on a higher level of training and everything. So yeah, I came here, I took my rest, and since I think maybe middle of May or something like that, I came here and started training, and yeah, here I am getting ready for another fight.
Okay, before we move to your fight with Iancu, I have to ask you, because I'm from Bulgaria, you're from Serbia.
Yeah.
And in Bulgaria, when we were growing up, we had to be hard. Like, you had to be a little bit tough.
Yeah.
What was it like to grow up in Serbia?
Well, it was pretty much similar, like you said. You had to be tough, you had to be, ready for whatever. But I think in my case, the sport helped me a lot, because I started very young. I started when I was 14, and I started in the best moment when, all those teenager crazy things and started to happen, and energy and everything. So I, right away, that bad energy, I put it in the gym, and always I was taking it serious, so I was not messing around with the training. Since like I was really young, I wanted to be a fighter, so like I said, right away, all that energy I was spending in the gym and wanting to be, better fighter and growing every training, every month, every year. So yeah, that's how it was.
But very often we hear fighters, they say, for example, oh, I got bullied when I was a kid. But in your case, you're a very big guy, so I can't imagine that they tried to bully you. What were you like as a kid?
Yeah, well, I was on, a normal kid, playing a lot of sports. Then I had some period when I went to Canada. I was there for 2-3 years. Actually, that's where I started training. And like I told you, right when there was, those teenage years and everything, I started training. So it was perfect moment. And then when I came back from Canada, I went to Serbia, continuing training. And yeah, it was already, I was 17, 18, so I was, really fully focused on training. So there was no like some other distractions, let's say. So yeah.
But the Serbian mentality, the Balkan mentality is, we are hard people.
Yeah.
But in Canada, they're a bit softer, more polite.
Yeah.
So when you went there, how did you change as a person in Canada?
Yeah, I didn't change too much. I was like, what is this, man? Like, it was so different, like everything was so different. Like I was really, like different way of living, and when I see like we were all like in Serbia, there was always a lot of, like some like little bullshits, fighting, this, that. But in Canada, they were like, like kids are like not fighting, they're like egging the houses and stuff. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna be part of this, So yeah, I started, training, and I really found out a good gym. Actually, a very, very good Romanian striking coach, Muay Thai coach. It was, now it's MMA, but it was a really good, really big Muay Thai gym over there, one of the best. So I right away started learning the good way, the real way of fighting, of striking. So it was I had luck with that, to find out a really good gym. And then when I came back, like I said, started again and focused 100% on fighting. And yeah, here I am still 28, and we still have a lot of years, left.
Yeah, but what was the moment when you thought, okay, this is going to be my career, I'm going to be a kickboxer?
Well, it was, you start doing good on trainings. So you start beating people up. You start winning your fights, So it was like that. It was, I had some like first 10, 15 amateur bouts. I was doing really good, finishing them all, knocking them all out. So it was good, And then, step by step, then we started pro career, one fight after another. Always you go forward and you look, in the future. So that's how it was, Every time you set up a new goal, and yeah, that's how it was.
Yeah, but you have competed in one championship, you have competed in SENSHI, now you're competing at Glory. Can you tell me what was it like to compete at one championship, at SENSHI, What kind of organizations are these?
Yeah, well, you know, let's start first with SENSHI. SENSHI was very good for me last year because I had some, not issue, but let's say lack of fights in one, and it was happening for some time. And then SENSHI was very good there to offer me a fight outside of one, you know, so it was good last year. We had that 2 fights, and it was good to me. It was close, you know. Serbia, Bulgaria is like 1 hour flight, so I was there, you know, before I was going to Asia, so 7, 8 days before a fight, not sleeping, you know, big trip, big travel, you know, yeah, and then food, everything was different. But essentially was there, was close, so yeah, there was a good thing. And also, yeah, they do a pretty good shows, bring good fighters, you know. So like I said, it was a very good for me at that period. And then yeah, one had a big. Impact on my career, you know. I think that's where I, you know, got recognized as a fighter, and that's why I made bigger results, you know. I beat up everybody in the division. Only loss that I had, I revenged. So unfortunately, we didn't get a title fight, but it was already, you know, too late when we got offered the title fight. I got way better offer at Glory and secure fights, which is more important, you know. So that's where we chose for Glory and went to Glory organization.
Okay. I've watched some of your fights, and what I notice is you can fight very well from distance, but you're actually also very good in the pocket. So you've got very good body shots, very good knees. Can you tell, because you're a very tall guy, how did you develop that ability to fight equally well from distance, but also in the pocket?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I try to mix it up, you know, and sometimes when I'm, you know, when I'm on a bigger distance, I use my, you know, long reach and jabs and straight punches, kicks. But also I can go in that middle distance and do my hooks, go for a body, go for knees. So I see, you know, when I'm in the ring, I see how I feel with the fighter, you know, and if I don't feel not comfortable in the closer distance, then that's where I go for it. But also when you have some roller and puncher, I stay on the distance and use my abilities. So I tried it different as a fighter, you know, how can I say, it's different from a fighter than to a fighter, you know.
Yeah, because for example, in your fight against Iraj Azizpur, maybe the Glory people don't know this, but you fought against Iraj Azizpur in one championship. You beat him there. Yeah. In that fight, you did work I noticed you were using all the weapons, so jabs, low kicks, high kicks, tip kicks, everything. But what was very important in that fight to beat him?
Well, you know what, that fight I really played smart, you know. I was on my distance, I was kicking him, I was bullying him with front kicks, with middle kicks. I didn't give him, you know, that close because we know Iraj is a hard puncher, and I didn't let him get close to me. So I was playing it smart, you know. He felt my kicks, he felt, you know, I feel him that every time I hit him, he goes like off, like he feels it, you know. So I was sticking up to that. He was respecting my kicks, so he didn't go for a brawl, and that's how it was 3 rounds, you know. So it was really, I would say, one of the first fights that I was really using my tactics, you know, using my strategy, and that's how I won those 3 rounds against him.
Yeah. And then you got signed to Glory, and my opinion, when I saw that you got signed to Glory, I actually said it on a radio program. I said, I see you as a future champion, or at least as one of the biggest contenders, in my opinion. But then you had your first fight against Nico Horta, and you had a very good first round. You caught him with the right overhand. You had a number of punches landing. But what went wrong in the second round? Why did it go wrong?
Well, yeah, to be honest, I don't think too much about what went wrong. You know, it happened what happened. You know, I was for that fight. You know, I was training really hard, but you know, sometimes, you know, you train and you do everything correctly, but sometimes it doesn't go. It doesn't go the way you want to go, and didn't really feel. You know, he really does good that with his style. You know, he pushes forward. He drains your energy. What my mistake was, you know, I started hitting hard, you know, and with this guy, I'm not saying it's not. You don't have to hit hard, but this guy can take a shot. You have to play smart with him, which I didn't, and I lose my energy. Second round I was already dead, and yeah, it happened. What happened? He caught me with a hook, and yeah, that was it. So yeah, he proved that he was better that night. But yeah, I tried to learn from that mistake and try that to never happen, and to learn from the things and to get better every fight, and that's it. Yeah. We go forward.
Would you say that his constant pressure and his volume, because he was throwing a lot of shots, would you say that that's what actually got you tired and that was the reason why it went wrong?
Well, yeah, because I went into his game, I was pushing it, I was not, doing smart. So, yeah, it is what it is, first round. I give him a couple shots, but I maybe hit him 2-3 times with clean shots. I see that he can take it, But then, like I told you, my energy was down, and then he was pushing, and in the end, it happened what happened. But yeah, like I told you in the beginning, I don't think about that fight too much. Try to learn from those mistakes, and you go forward. Now the Yonut is my next opponent, and I'm fully focused on that guy.
And Ionut Iancu, who you just mentioned, so he's a very small heavyweight in terms of height, but he's a very heavy guy, 137 kilograms, something like that. But he also walks forward, but way less volume, and he's always trying to throw left hook, maybe the right hook, the uppercuts, to get you in the corner. What is the best strategy against such an opponent?
Well, yeah, he's a heavy guy, and he definitely can hit you hard, and he proved that he has a knockout punch, and he finished some guys in Glory. So yeah, with him, I don't think it's you have to stick to the strategy. I have to do what I do good, So as long as I do everything correct, tactic, I think it's gonna be a good for me. So yeah.
And basically, I wanted to ask you, because now you're at Hammer's Gym, but after the fight against Horta, you took a little bit of break. I know you had a little bit of break.
Yeah.
Why? How did you come up with the idea to come here at Hammer's Gym?
Well, it was a shock for me. I didn't feel. You never think it's gonna happen. So yeah, I was thinking, yeah, fight April, I'm gonna win June, this and that. And then when the KO happened, I was like, yeah, I have to take some rest. I don't want to think anything. I want to take some rest because of the head, because of everything, and to have a clear mind and to see what I'm gonna do in the future. And then I realized, okay, because we had a very good gym in Serbia, but it was always same people for sparring. Not a lot of, we have 2-3 guys, 2-3 good guys, but it was like we got used to each other. So I was like, yeah, I have to put something on other level to train with the other guys, to spar with the other guys. So after a month, I started training a little bit back, conditioning, strength. And then after 2 months, I said, yeah, okay, I want to go to Holland. I want to train. And I talked to Nikki. We have friends that we know. So through them, we contact, and we said, yeah, let's start. Let's see how it goes. I didn't train. I want to start from the beginning. I want to start slow, and that's how we build up. I started training, started getting ready. I started feeling good again, and I was like, yeah, man, I have to go back. I have to go back for a fight, to hurt somebody, to kill somebody. So yeah, that's where I'm, do now, train, getting ready, and feeling good again.
Yeah, but how would you compare the training system in the Netherlands with the training system in Serbia?
Well, it's definitely, different. We really train hard in Serbia and stuff, but it's not like this. It's not even, there is some lot of other things that makes this trainings very stronger, very harder. So it's like, I think people are living here this sport, and you have people, a lot of people fighting. Energy is a little bit different. So yeah, it's tougher. I say it a lot of times. It's like an army, man. Like, it's really tough way of training. And this really, I think, gets you ready for not even a fight. It gets you ready for a tournament. And this style of training is really, really, really hard.
But I always ask myself, like countries like Serbia, Bulgaria, and the Balkans, we've got hard people, but we don't have a hard training system.
Yeah,
And here in the Netherlands, I don't think that people are very hard in general, but their training system is very hard. Why?
Yeah, well, because Holland has a big history of kickboxing. It actually started here, so they have a lot of good schools, which we on the Balkan, we don't have. We have some, in Serbia you have 2-3 schools, in Bulgaria you have 2-3 schools, but it's different. And here is like the system is way on another level. You have a lot of gyms. They all have good style, good, strong style, and they have really big, how I can say, the scene of kickboxing, a lot of fights, a lot of everything, Back in the day at Serbia, when I was, starting, it was, I'm not saying hard to get a fight, but it was difficulty. Instead of here, you can fight every weekend, so that's a big difference, It's, on the end, it's a whole globe, like whole scene of kickboxing is on another level, not just the gyms, but everything, the gyms, the promotions, the fights, all around kickboxing is another level. And that's why I think they're the best, So it's much more easier to get a fight and to get the experience,
Yeah, but as a person who has been living in Serbia, also a little bit in Canada 3 years, but what is it like for you now to come here and to live here in the Netherlands?
Yeah, it's on the other hand, it's good because I don't have anything to do, I just train and chill and relax and train and eat, and that's it. So it's a little bit different, because in Serbia, there's all my people, and I was all, you always have something, trainings, this, that. It's like your whole day is full. And instead of here that I'm, just focused on training and relaxing, which is better for me, when I get prepared, when I'm preparing and everything. So yeah, it's different. It's way different, but in the end, it's better for me when I'm in a training camp.
Yeah, I have to ask you about Milichani, because I know you've been training together in the past, you're friends. What kind of fighter is he? Because for a heavyweight, he's very small. But still, what kind of fighter is he? How would you describe him?
Yeah, man, he's a very strong fighter, man. Miloš is my friend. We actually had yesterday some interview together. I was like on a Zoom, and they were in the studio, so we all had like an interview together. We know each other, yeah, for a long time. We are friends. We trained especially for the last fight. We had many sparrings together. So he's a very strong fighter, and I think he's gonna be. He's one of the contenders for the light heavyweight belt, man, for sure. Like he can be the champion, that's for sure, of 95 kilos. And also in the heavyweight division, we saw that he was doing amazing. He beat up Kachab, the guy that it's very hard to beat. Like for that heavy fighter and that pressure, you have to be really smart and stick to your game plan to win from him. So he won from him. He won from the Turkish guy. Lost to Horta, so I'm saying that he is doing very well in the heavyweight division. And yeah, I think, like I said, for the light heavyweights, he's one of the future champions. Really, I think he can do it.
Yeah, he's a great fighter. I'm curious about your mentality as a fighter because, for example, when you have a fight and when you're sitting in the dressing room just before the fight, what goes through your mind? What do you experience? What emotions?
Well, before I was, like adrenaline was taking me over. I was very, like pumped and this. Now I'm also pumped, but I also try to be as calm as possible, to save that energy, to think wisely. So, yeah, it's always, special moments, and you can't even describe it with words because there is many feelings, many emotions going through there. But when you are trained very well, when you are prepared, you're focused, 100%, and you can go there, go inside and do everything. And when you do everything, it doesn't matter what the result is. When you give yourself, you're a winner, So that's how I think. I go all the time and say, yeah, now I have to do my all. I have to do it. Everything, give all of my energy, and if I did it, it's good, So yeah, and always going for a win and KO as obviously.
Mm-hmm. But the moment when you step in the ring, And for example, when you have the last stare down in the middle of the ring,
Yeah.
what is going through your mind in those last moments before the fight?
Oh, when those are the last moments, man, when we already see each other in the ring, then it's already, yeah, I'm gonna kill you now. You know, it's like there is no thinking too much. Then when your head gets cold, and you go there, and you know, you just, you know, it started. You know, so that's when I only think, yeah, when I see the opponent, whatever who he was, you know, when I see him, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you now. I'm gonna do everything to win, and that's what I think. You know, that's what goes through my head at that last moments before a fight.
But very often we have fighters, they need to take a punch to wake up a little bit. How are you? Do you need to take a punch, or are you immediately in the zone?
Well, it depends. You know, sometimes, yeah, you feel, and when you feel that it's like you get a shot from a guy that hits hard, and you feel, and you're like, yeah, it's nothing. You know, you can take it. You know, then you get stronger in the head. But it depends. Sometimes I go first. You know, I start the other way, putting in my tempo, because that's what I do. That's my style. You know, to put fight in my tempo, in my way of fighting. So that's why I like to start first, and I like to start to control the fight, and yeah, that's it.
I'm curious to know about the low kicks, because in a fight, normally you don't really feel the punches, or maybe you feel them, but way less because of the adrenaline. But the low kicks, these hard low kicks, do you feel the low kicks?
Well, to be honest, I never felt low kicks in a fight that hurt me. Like, maybe they did, but nothing, you know, to really think about. Obviously, calf kicks also always you feel, if you don't block, calf kicks are really dangerous now. So yeah, I felt those, but I was always countering. You know, when I feel a calf kick, I was countering with my hands. Now, obviously, blocking, because it's calf kicks, as we see, it's no joke. So yeah, but low kicks, I don't, you know, didn't really, to be honest, fought someone that was hitting me so hard that I was like, oh, worrying about low kicks. So yeah.
Usually it's you that gives the low kicks. You're the one who throws the low kicks.
Yeah. Especially with this style, man, I'm gonna be using it a lot, because Hammer Gym style is a lot about the low kicks and hard low kicks. So yeah, I will be really using them a lot in this time.
But for example, a guy like Iancu, because he's small, actually I think he's my height. So when you give him a low kick, what I've noticed against Kepanek, the Turkish guy, so he took a low kick to throw a counter. So you don't have to review your game plan, but I think when you throw a low kick, it's there the danger for the overhand. So how are you gonna deal with that?
First, you have to. It's not good if it's a low kick, a single weapon. So if you mix it up, then it's possible. Yeah, but single weapon, yeah, would be hard for his counter.
Yeah. What in your opinion? What in your case are the most difficult opponents? Is it the tall guy just like you, or is it the short guy who puts the pressure?
Well, yeah, but yeah, you see with Horta, he did give me a good pressure, and it was a problem for me. But yeah, you in the end you have to beat them all. So you have to find the tactics for everybody. So yeah, in the end, whatever, if he's a big guy or tall or small or pressure guy or weights or power puncher or this and that, you have to make a game plan to beat him. You know.
Yeah. And when you win a fight, how do you celebrate normally? What do you do after the fight?
Well, it depends, you know. Sometimes we had the big parties in Serbia. You know, a lot of my people were making, like, after my wins, like making some big parties and everything. So it was fun a couple times. But yeah, in the end, it's like big relief. You know, from your shoulders, from your back. When you win and you wanna chill, you wanna relax, you wanna restart. You know, so. To be honest, yeah, after this fight, I think I'm gonna go for a holiday, because all summer I was training here, so I'm gonna go somewhere for a vacation with my wife, and yeah, that's the plan after the fight.
Okay, I have to ask you, because here in the Netherlands there is no real summer. I mean, you see it's raining, it's sometimes sunny, but almost every day raining. Not every day, but quite a lot.
Yeah.
So what is it like for you? Because you come from Serbia, where now it's probably 35 degrees.
Yeah.
How do you experience that?
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it doesn't bother me, but yesterday I was talking with my friend. Like it's like some like straight line here. Like you're not even happy, you're not sad. Like it's like straight line, and you go, you know, like every day the same. So, but it's good for me because I train. It would not be good if I have, you know, if I was training here twice a day and it's a sunny outside, everybody on a pool, everybody chilling, and I'm in the gym. So now it's good, you know. So it's raining, I'm in the gym. I have to train 2 times a day, every day. So yeah, it's for me it doesn't matter.
Okay. In a perfect world, how does it play out for you? So your career, you're now at Glory, you're back to the tournament. In a perfect world, how does your career play out?
Well, I want to do as best in Glory. I want to go for that belt, but now it started how it started. You know, I'm happy that I have a second chance at the tournament. So now it's on me to do as better as I can. You know, I really now just focus on Iancu and fighting with him. So after that fight, we will see. But I will always go forward and always, you know, have big goals, you know, in my head to achieve. So yeah, that's why I came to Holland. If I was not, I would be in Serbia and, you know, living with everybody, with my relatives, and, you know, doing it how I was. I wanted to take it on another level and to go as far as I can with my career. So that's why I'm here. I'm training, and yeah, first is Iancu. Then after Iancu, we'll see how it goes, and then we go from there.
Okay. If you look at Rico Verhoeven, he is probably the greatest champion in the history of Glory. What is it about him that makes him so unbeatable, and how would you match up with him?
Well, yeah, Rico is no doubt the best fighter for the last 10, 12 years. And I think, yeah, he still has some fights left. So, yeah, he proved that he is best. And, yeah, if I get to fight him, obviously I would like to beat him, to win from him. But, yeah, now, like I told you, I don't think too much far. I think here, 23 of August is my biggest problem till now. So yeah, that's what I think only for that.
Okay. And last question for you. Imagine that we speak on the 24th of August, so the day after the fight. What would you tell me? How did it go against Ionut Iancu?
It did go my way, man. Stick to tactic and beat the guy, beat the hell of that guy, and that's it. Simple as that.
Is it knockout or decision?
I hope knockout, but he's a tough guy, you know. We fought already, actually. You know, I beat him. I finished him in 2017. We were little kids, you know, and so now he can go even the decision or KO. So it's important to win. So yeah, I just can't wait for that fight, man.
Okay. Thank you very much for the time. I wish you all the best on the 23rd of August, and I hope you achieve your goals.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Us.